The swim, no. The run, I know it's around the lake and what have you, so it should be pretty picturesque. And bike ride, yes, because that's something that I wanted to improve from previous years. I'm not saying it was bad before, but I think it just there's a lot more that we've added to it. So a lot more challenges. There's also a lot more flat areas, and it's out on the open road, which is pretty cool. Whereas most of the roads will be closed. It should add a little bit in terms of the scenery and also the challenge, I think. Triathlon, of course, is challenging anyway. You've got 3 different disciplines, and you've got also the transition to T1 and T2, so it's always a challenge. But the swim in a lake, I think, is a surprise for a lot of people, first of all. So I would recommend for people that are going to take part to have a dip in a lake somewhere just to get used to it, and wearing a wetsuit as well. A bike course that is challenging in terms of flat areas where you can really get some good speed up, but also some tricky climbs and also some challenging descents. And the course really does have all of that. Wide roads, narrow roads. It should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to riding the course. I've seen it, the video of it. I've pointed out that I think it should be changing stuff. And, yeah, it looks like it should be a good challenge. I think you should do the swim. Yeah, because the swim's the real easy part. It's the short bit, so it's the easiest. So I think you should do that. I personally think you should do the whole thing. You know, it's nice that he's going to be taking part. It's a lovely thought, but it's still that counts. But I think you should do the whole thing. Right. The obvious things you need to be a triathlete is a pair of running shoes. You need goggles for swimming. A tri-suit and a bike. If you don't have a bike, you can borrow bikes or rent a bike, which is probably the best thing for the first couple of days, just to make sure that you actually do enjoy doing triathlons. But I must admit, though, that you will get addicted. As long as you feel comfortable in the water, I think you get addicted very quickly. Well, a running race or something like that is a lot easier than a triathlon in terms of mentally. I think it's a lot easier because you know you don't have to jump in the water with loads of people, and you don't have the transitions as well, which a lot of people fear. You know, going from a swim when you're breathing really hard to suddenly getting onto a bike and stuff. So it is different, but I love that it has 3 different disciplines. I think that adds to the sport. And that's why it's grown so much over the years. I think it gets a lot of different people interested. Before an F1 race, I don't get nervous. It's more just excitement, adrenaline. I pretty much know what to expect. I've done, over 250 races now, almost 260 I think. So I've raced in quite a few F1 races, so I'm very at home. Whereas when you go and jump into a lake or a sea or a river or something with loads of other people, that's pretty daunting, even if you're experienced triathlete. So yeah, I'm probably just as nervous in a triathlon. Probably more nervous in triathlon than I am in a F1 race. But I think that's always the way it's going to be. There's a lot of adrenaline before any type of race.